Alright, so while I've been thinking about it, I gave you my update on my LASIX, but I was actually going to do another update that doesn't involve my vision at all. Alright, so, I know it's February. No, it's not February, it's almost February, but I do have a list of New Year's resolutions that I wanted to do. So the first one, I think, is usually what everyone always thinks about, is lose weight. I'd actually lost almost 10 pounds before Christmas, so I had been working on it. However, since the holidays, it's kind of gone downhill a little bit. I've gained some of that weight back. Doesn't help. When my family was living here, we got some more nice suppers. My mom and dad and I don't usually have a big supper, but we've been having big suppers, and we ate out a bit more. I still worked out. It's gonna be frustrating, but because of my eye surgery, I can't really sweat for like the next month because I don't want it to get into my eyes. So I'm gonna have to eat really well. So hopefully, I can still lose the 10 to 15 pounds that I would like to lose. I want to be more positive, have a positive outlook on everything. Stay in touch with friends better, so maybe I'll make more videos, or I don't know, text you guys, Facebook chat. I'm going to be moving away in the fall, or maybe in the summer, depending on when I get a job up there and get an apartment. So I think it's going to be really important to stay in touch with all my friends since I'm not going to know anybody up there. And so that goes to my next one, is go to grad school, and saying I did get accepted, and I did accept UWM, so I'm going to go up to Wisconsin. And it sounds like I'm going close to Lindsay, but I'm really not. I'm on the other side of the state from you. But yeah, I'm going to go to Wisconsin for grad school. Hopefully I'll get some scholarships. That's what I've been doing, is working on scholarship applications. So hopefully I can afford it and won't go too much further into debt. I want to get a tattoo. My sister and I have planned to get one, like a sister's tattoo, and I kind of want to get one before I move away. I want to go on a date. I've never been on a date, really. I kind of would like to go on one. Get involved in the church in Wisconsin and do daily devotions. I know I'm not as good with that as I should. And I kind of want to get involved in one of their church choirs. Since I'm in choir here, I kind of like it, so I want to try and keep doing that. I still want to reread my lit textbooks, most of them which are back there. One of my I got a new bookshelf for my birthday several months back. I've had some videos in there since then, so you've probably seen the big blue TARDIS one in my room. But when I still have 2 bookshelves in my bedroom, but I can't fit 3, so I moved my biggest one into here. And this one holds Lord of the Rings and my school books, mostly. When I move to Wisconsin, I'm just going to choose one bookshelf, and I'll have to keep most of my books here until I graduate and move to a more permanent location. Write more reviews for my blog or on Amazon. Since every time I read a book, I should review it, and I want to do that. Learn to use my camera better. I have a tripod, so I don't know, maybe I'll take family pictures of us or something. And then finish my reading challenge on Pinterest. So my reading challenge, this is right here, 2015 reading challenge. I think it's to have 50 books. I've read 9 of the 50. So I have read, my book with more than 500 pages was, actually a lot of them probably, but it was Queen of Tearling, which was really quite good. It's about, I guess, a princess in the beginning. She becomes queen. But she lived in seclusion with just like 2 foster parents, kind of. And they wanted to keep her away because there would have been a lot of attempts on her life. So when she becomes of age, they get her to the capital, and it's about her journey. Well, it's going to be a trilogy, I think, but kind of about becoming queen in her first big challenges as queen. One big thing is that she wants there to be, it's kind of in a dystopian future. Not a lot of people don't really have a lot of access to books, and that's one thing I know she wants to bring back. That's not the focus of it, but she loves to read. My classic romance that I read was Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. It's the one novel of hers I hadn't read yet. A book by a female author, all of which I've just read are by female authors. But I read Scarlet, Lady Thief, which is actually the sequel to Scarlet, which I did read Scarlet as well, which I did as my book with a color in the title. But I'm still debating if I want to switch that as be the book with only one word in the title. Because Scarlet is a color, but they're not actually talking about a color, they're talking about a person, so I don't know if it cheats. So I may switch some of my stuff around. A memoir that I read was Where I Belong by Alan Doyle. Alan Doyle was one of the singers in the band Great Big Sea, which I adore, and he's had 2 solo albums come out. One of them was really recently that I just purchased, but it's kind of about him pre-Great Big Sea, and it's really good. I enjoyed it. A book from your from your childhood. I reread The Giver, and on top of that, I read the rest of the Giver Quartet because I'd read Gathering Blue, which is the second book, but I'd not read the third and fourth. A book with a love triangle. All right, so I read Defy, and the sequel Ignite, and in Defy, it's, what is this girl's name? I know she when she's young, her house gets burnt down, and she's got a twin brother, and her name's Alexa. We call her Alex. And it's in this time that if you're caught as an orphan and you're a girl, you go to the whorehouse. And so she cuts her hair quick before people discover them, and she goes into the guard with her twin brother. And yeah, her in the guard, and there's assassination attempt on the prince, who she's part of his retinue, his royal guardish thing. So yeah, that was good. I enjoyed it. A book by an author you've never read before. I read an Isle of Sound and Wonder. It's kind of a retake on The Tempest, made it a bit more steampunk. The author is one of my coworkers' cousins, and so that's where I read it. It was pretty good. A book that takes place in your hometown. Alright, so nothing takes place really in my hometown, but it takes place in the town I live now, and it's practically my hometown. Since we did grow up in a very rural town, if anything happens, we have to come here. So I read Daughter of Twilight, which was interesting. I had like angels kind of in it. Supernaturally kind of book. So those are the ones I've got on my list right now. I am currently reading the Merlin trilogy. And I forgot the author's name, Mary Stewart, I think. And that's under my trilogy mark. And I'm not super far into it. I'm only a little bit into the first book. And I've slowed down considerably because I'm still reading a couple of fan fiction in between each of these books. And it is only January, almost February, and saying I've already got like 9 of the 50 done in 1 month. And technically I think I have 13 books read, just I'm only counting 9 different categories. Yeah, I think that's, otherwise today's to-do list is I've been working on my scholarship stuff for the American Library Association. So yeah, that's my longer update, which just took me forever. I'm sorry, I meant to make it still short. But that's what's happening here. So I hope you guys have a good day. I love you ladies. Bye.